This is WNCN News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on WNCN News at 6. I'm Mike Gonzalez. Tonight, a man is recovering in the hospital after police shot him during a traffic stop. It happened this morning near Legion Road and Pinewood Drive, just outside of Fayetteville and Hope Mills. WNCN's Brandon Herring joins us live from the scene with reaction from that man's parents. Good evening, Brandon.
Hey there. Yeah, well, this is the area of Pinewood Drive that dead ends. You can actually see the wall where that road ends right here behind me. This is where officers with Hope Mills say they arrested that man. But this all started, they say, about a half mile in that direction at Legion Road.
I was gone to breakfast with my family, and that's when I came into the neighborhood and saw all the commotion.
That commotion kept Teresa Marchman from driving to her house. Just down the street, several law enforcement vehicles were surrounding a black SUV.
We were just told, you have to walk to your homes, so we did.
2 officers and a gentleman on the ground, and his car doors are wide open, and that's about it.
Hope Mills police say this started when an officer pulled over Marcel Campbell. In a written statement, the police chief says Campbell tried to assault the officer with a metal bat and that the officer tased Campbell, but he still charged the officer with the bat, so the officer shot him. The chief says Campbell got in his SUV and drove to the dead end of Pinewood Drive, where another officer was able to arrest him.
As far as just jumping out of a car wanting to hit an officer, that won't never happen.
Campbell's parents drove down Pinewood Drive today. They say they don't believe any of the police story.
Only way he could have done what they saying he did, he was in the middle of a seizure. He did not recognize the officer and didn't know what was getting ready to happen to him.
He played basketball. He never played softball or baseball, so
no.
I don't even know where they're getting this aluminum bat mess from.
And the folks who live around here say they're just glad things are back to normal after a very unusual morning in this normally quiet neighborhood.
How can you put your life in jeopardy like that, endanger the life of the officers and yourself?
Hate it had to end that way, but you can't run from the law.
And the Hope Mills police chief says that the officer who was involved has been with the department since 2011. He also tells us that Campbell does not have life-threatening injuries, but Campbell is now facing 2 charges, one driving without a license, the other an assault on a law enforcement officer. The SBI is now involved, as with all officer-involved shootings. We're live in Hope Mills tonight. Brandon Herring, WNCN News.
All right, Brandon, thanks for that update. Appreciate that. And this is the second officer-involved shooting in Cumberland County in recent days. On Friday, you might remember a deputy shot and killed a man named Brian Birch while trying to serve an arrest warrant. It happened at the Sonic Drive-In on Cliffdale Road. Birch was wanted for some sex offenses in Durham County. Deputies say Birch cut himself and then resisted arrest even after being tased. SBI is also investigating that incident. Well, the gates, they close for good on this year's state fair later tonight. It's a gorgeous day to get out and enjoy it. WNCN's Derek Waller is live at the fairgrounds for this final day. Kind of bittersweet,
It is bittersweet. You don't want to overdo it, I guess, but the fair's a lot of fun. We've been here for 11 days. Like you said, the weather is perfect. I do not see one cloud. And actually, to talk about the fair and how it's been going, we got Brian Long here with the fair. Let me ask you about this weather. Have you ever seen a stretch of weather like this for the fair?
Well, we haven't seen a stretch like this in a number of years, I can tell you that. To not have any rain during the fair is just, it's amazing, really. And that's great. I mean, because when the weather is like this is good fair. It's fair weather. There's no doubt about it.
Exactly. And let me ask you about attendance. How's that been going?
We've had good attendance this year. We're up just a notch from where we were the same time last year. We had almost 127,000 come out yesterday. The second Saturday is always our biggest day. We're looking for a strong finish today, too.
Okay, real quick, what's your favorite food here?
Oh, I like a lot of it. Mini donuts from the iced tea lady. That's my favorite.
Perfect. So you have a few more hours to get those mini donuts. I like the deep fried Reese cups myself. But you said calories don't count, and I'm going to tell you that's not true. They do count. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, we got to 11 o'clock tonight. The gates close, and Mike, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, I had a fried Rice Krispie treat out there. 10 hours on the treadmill to get that off. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate that. Well, you couldn't ask for a better day outside, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at the latest conditions. Meredith Bell's in for Bill Ray. Looking good out there tonight.
It's a gorgeous day out there, and it's going to be a cool evening as we look ahead. 45 degrees down 46 in Smithfield, 44 in Raleigh, and 45 in Durham for the overnight lows. So a chilly night ahead, but as we head in through the next 48 hours, we'll see a high temperature of 77 degrees on Monday. And look at this by Tuesday, 82 degrees. Going to feel more like spring than the later part of fall as we head throughout the early part of the week. A gorgeous day out there, 73 degrees. As we head throughout the evening hours, expect those temperatures dropping off. By the time you get to the fireworks, about mid-50s for their firework forecast. You will need a jacket as you head back out there, but Mike, it's going to be a beautiful start to the work week.
Oh, wow. I can't believe I saw an 80 in there. Thanks, Meredith. Appreciate that. To politics now, Senator Kay Hagan continued her early voting tour across the state. She made 2 stops today, one in Raleigh, another one in Durham. Hagan is locked in a really close battle with House Speaker Thom Tillis. Yesterday, she campaigned with former First Lady Hillary Clinton in Charlotte.
I think the fact that Hillary Clinton came to North Carolina, it really shows that the people of North Carolina are very interested in this race.
Today, Hagan met with the president of Planned Parenthood Action Fund at the Durham Convention Center. Meanwhile, Mitt Romney is planning to come to Raleigh to campaign for Republican Thom Tillis. Tillis's campaign says the 2012 GOP presidential nominee will be here on Wednesday. Romney has been working on behalf of GOP Senate candidates nationwide this year. On Friday, Tillis appeared with Texas Governor Rick Perry at a campaign event in Johnston County. Another March to the Polls rally took place today in Raleigh. The state NAACP holds the event to encourage people to come out for early voting. Today's march started out at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Gardens and ended at Chavis Park.
It's kind of our American right. It's also a lot of people from World War I, World War II, and other things have died where we should have the opportunity to come out and vote.
Similar events took place in the eastern part of our state today. Early voting wraps up on November 1st. Meanwhile, a Jewish advocacy group is working to inform voters of their rights. The nonprofit group called Carolina Jews for Justice organized a phone bank today. They had volunteers in Raleigh, Durham, Asheville, and Greensboro. The group wants to reach out to thousands of people and explain the new election rules passed by the General Assembly. With election season here, WNCN has everything that you need to be ready. Just download our WNCN News app. You can find voting information as well as the latest polls.